Hello class, welcome! This is World Civilization. My name is Dr. Long. You can call me Dr. Long or Professor Long, either one is fine. And I'm really excited to have you this semester. World Civilization is a very interesting and useful class. It should give you a very good sense of many different cultures and civilizations, and it really helps explain the world we live in. So I think you'll find it useful irrespective of your major or your interest. Now, this class is completely online. It is asynchronous. That means that not only is everything online in that you don't need to come to any GHC campus to complete any assignments, but there are also no meetings on Zoom or Teams or anything like that. So you work on your own schedule, and it gives you a lot of flexibility. Frankly, you can work at home and do this entire class in your pajamas as long as you have good internet access. I should say that if you ever have internet access problems at home, you can always come into a GHC campus, for instance at the library, and have access to a computer and the internet there. So it gives you a lot of freedom because you don't have to come into a campus on a regular basis, but with freedom does come responsibility. There are real deadlines in this class, and you do need to make sure that you manage your time carefully, that you communicate very clearly, and that you meet the deadlines on a regular basis. Now, in terms of a textbook, our class is a little unconventional. We use a series of lecture videos that collectively are called the video textbook. Now, these were a series of lecture videos that were made at the GHC Heritage Hall campus, where there is a film studio. I made those together with my colleagues, Dr. Jamie Fagan and Dr. Steve Blankenship. We're all historians, and we address a whole series of different issues in world civilization. And again, together they make up the textbook. So instead of reading a textbook put out, for instance, by a publishing company, what you'll do is watch a series of short lecture videos from 3 different GHC history professors. And I hope you find these interesting. I hope you find they're useful. They are all completely free, by the way. They are on D2L, and they're linked to YouTube, which I'm sure you're very familiar with. So you can stop, you can rewind, you can take notes, you can pause, go back, however suits you. So I think you'll find it a very interesting and different way to do a textbook. Now, I should say that students overall react very positively to this video textbook. However, there are some people who prefer to read instead of watch short lecture videos. If you fall into that category, please do know that we also have what is called the written textbook. The written textbook. And what this is we took the transcript of what we said in all of our lecture videos and put this in a PDF and made it available for students online, and it is also free. So if you prefer to read instead of watch short lecture videos, you can do that. It is pretty much word for word in the written textbook. There are also some images on there. Really, they're the same kind of images that you would see in the short lecture videos. So that would be your textbook. All the materials in the class are on D2L, and they're broken into 7 modules. And each module is, there's a folder for each module. You'll see once you get into it, module 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And what you'll see in there is you'll see the video textbook, the various lecture videos, the written textbook. You'll see a host of optional assignments or materials for you, like images and review questions. Those are optional, but you'll find them very useful. So if you like review questions, which also is basically a study guide, you can do that. It's not required. If it says optional, it's optional. If it does not say optional, it is required. But please make use of those. And for each module, when you go into D2L, just work your way through the materials. And when you come to the end, you'll see that there are 2 graded assignments for each module. And they're based on what has been assigned to you. So the short lecture videos, there are also some short primary source documents that you'll need to read. And on occasion, there'll be some outside videos. So when you come to the end of the module materials in D2L, you'll see 2 graded assignments. The first is a quiz. It's a multiple choice quiz. There are 20 or 25 questions. They're based on the lecture videos and the primary source documents. And there's also the second graded assignment is a discussion. Now, the discussion for this class is all linked to D2L, but it goes to another website called Perusall. And Perusall is a discussion board that is set up in a social media style. And what you'll do on Perusall is you'll have some documents or to read or videos to watch, and then you will discuss them. And there'll be specific instructions on how to do that for each module discussion. I think you'll find it very useful, very interesting. It gives you a chance to interact with text and videos and to interact with your classmates, because there are requirements that you respond and interact with your classmates. And I'll certainly be in these discussions. I'll be there offering further comment. I'll often follow up on some of your comments. I definitely read those. So I think you'll find it a very interactive way to discuss what you've learned. Two minor things to note about Perusall. First, in terms of accessing it, it works much better with Chrome than Safari. So I would encourage you from the very outset, when you go into it from the very first time, to just switch over to Chrome if you're not accustomed to using Chrome, and you shouldn't experience any kind of internet difficulties. The second thing is, for the discussions in Perusall, I typically assign you some short videos or primary source documents. If those are assigned elsewhere in that particular module, I would encourage you to read them in Perusall first, because one thing about Perusall is part of your grade is making sure that you've either read the entire document assigned or watching the entire video. So you want to get credit for that, obviously, and you want to do the entire thing, but you don't want to have to do it twice, right? So I would encourage you to do it in Perusall first if you see that it's set up that way. Now, I also have a discussion guideline that gives you more detail on what I expect, on how to access it, on how it's graded, and so forth. So I would encourage you to take a look at that before you get going, and you can refer to it throughout the semester. So for every module, you have materials that I've described in D2L. You have a quiz, you have a discussion. Besides the module quizzes and discussions, you will also have a midterm exam, which is 50 multiple choice questions. It will be based on all the materials on modules 1 through 4. You'll have a final exam, which is based on all the materials from module 5 through 7. And both of these are 50 multiple choice questions. They're given in D2L. You don't have to come to campus from that. But I will say they are strictly timed at 60 minutes. So I would encourage you, as you're watching all the videos in the video textbook, to take notes. But for these exams, you will absolutely need to study ahead of time. It is open book, strictly speaking. The quizzes are open book and all that. But for those exams, you will not have time to look everything up. You'll need to study ahead and be ready for it. So, in wrapping up, to succeed in this class, you'll need to log on regularly, to check announcements, to be engaged, to complete assignments, to meet deadlines, and communication and time management are very key. If you have extenuating circumstances and you're having difficulties meeting deadlines, you've got problems, work conflict, family issue, health issue, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to work with you to be flexible, but I certainly can't help you if you don't let me know. And that is very key. My email is blong@highlands.edu. That is the best way to reach me. I'd encourage you to email me there instead of through the D2L email function. Well, I hope this video has given you some insight into the class. I encourage you to look at the syllabus, the course announcements. Once you get into D2L, when D2L opens up for students, please start playing around with it there. Please contact me at my email if you have any problems. If you have further issues, I'm based on the Floyd campus. You can always drop in and see me here. If you're here, we can arrange a time for a call or maybe meeting on Teams or what have you. But again, I'm excited to have you for this semester. I look forward to see you in D2L and in Perusall very soon. And I wish you best of luck for this class and for all your others. All right, I'll stop now. See you soon. Bye.